Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the European crossover webinar, and we're at the last day of the week, which is nice. And we did see indices move again to new all-time highs. We'll talk about the S&Ps. The Nasdaq did make a pretty good run, but we actually ran out of gas in Asia. It's pretty interesting in the Nasdaq. They had actually made a run up to above 13,800. And we actually fell back. I'm looking here to 13,700, just about 13,700. So high was 13,841, and we've fallen all the way down to 13,706. So fall back by 140 handles. So decent little slide there, and also in the S&Ps, we can go and take a look there. And you can see that move up in here. Look at that. We took off in Asia. We kept on going here, and then we finally run out of gas, and then we start sliding, kind of hold here. We break the VWAP from the electronics at the beginning of the electronics session. We finally come down here to 710. Actually, if you look here at 710, that's actually the opening range of the U.S. session. You see here how they found support at the bottom of the opening range, and we've since rallied off of that. Take a look at the SPOOs. Didn't quite make it to its opening range, but we did get a pretty good pullback here in the Nasdaq. That should be up there. That's going to mark off the high. And we've seen the euro pair back. Now you can see here in the opening range right here, we slid back down to support and bounced back up, but we're fading back. And let's see, crude oil. Let's see what that's at 59.33. This is actually just shown here in the RTH, regular trading hours. And let's just take a look where gold is at right now. We have paired back down here to 1747. We actually said if we got above 1747, we could make a run to 1763. They came up a little bit short. They made it to 1759, and we had support today at 1752, but we've since paired back and broken right below that. So with that said, let's just go and move into the analysis. And here we are with the euro dollar. There we go on the daily. So the euro took out the shorts on Thursday, which they did as we moved up higher. Resistance on Friday will be the weekly level of 1948 with support at 1870. Well, we've God, come back here. We cleared out these shorts and then we didn't follow up through. So it's kind of weird the way they paired back, but it's really unfortunate for those people that were short and got themselves cleaned out of their positions. Let's pull this back to see it more clear. So you see here, they just went and cleared out here to clear out those people, and then we did come back in a little bit, not a whole lot, but we have come back in. So once again, that's 1870 and 1948. And still remains bearish. Let's go and get onto the cable. Oh, we did get that extension down there. Remember, we were looking for that head and shoulders, so apparently we got it. So the cable closed at the low of Thursday's range. Support for Friday will be 37.06 with resistance at 37.90. Well, we dipped below that 37.06 slightly, and we completed that head and shoulders that we were talking about extension. We'll go and take a look at that real quick. And we'll go into the cable. There's that extension. See, that was going to be 37.12 on the futures, but 37.04 on the cash. So we did get that, and actually a little bit more beyond that. So let's go on and move back here to the other screen. So we said 37.06 and 37.90. And let's go and move into the Aussie dollar. So the Aussie has been an up and down tail over the last few sessions. In other words, no sense of direction. We're seeing that again. Look at this. Up, then we come down, test the range. It looks like we're going to go higher. Then we go down. Then we go up. Now we're back down again. In other words, no sense of direction. Resistance for Friday will be 76.95 with support at 76.10. And same thing, we dip below that. Bit of a turnabout. And I guess the market's a little bit worried because risk has turned around and rolled right back down. But it's not way down. It's just come off those highs. At least we're talking about the indices. And let's go into the dollar yen. The dollar yen continued its fall from grace. Support on Friday will be 8.89 with resistance at 9.53. And we're just about there. Oh, we are 9.53 right there. And let's move into the cash dollar index. So the dollar index has fallen 5 out of the last 6 sessions. Friday's support will be 91.87 with resistance at 92.48. There we are. It should be 92.48. Yeah, got it right. It's not really a lot happening on Friday, although today we have seen risk come off because the indices have come down. But once again, it's usually just at the end of the week, usually just you know, tying up the bows, and that's about it. So there isn't a whole lot to analyze other than just to let know what the new updated level is as the week just wraps up. With that being said, we'll move on to Bitcoin. I'm just pulling up my notes on it. So it says Bitcoin managed to rally to the key level of 58,170. We are talking right here. You see that rally up there, that key level. The market has held the minor dip sub 56,000, and you can see right there, and responded favorably. The next key challenge for the bulls will be 58,620 with support at 57,018. It should be right there. You see that, hold that closing level. So not really a whole lot has moved that transpired here in Bitcoin. So it's going to be 58,620 on the upside, and the downside 57,018. Then on to the SPOOs. Boy, this thing's just gone to the freaking moon. So the SPOOs managed a new all-time high on Thursday. Resistance for Friday will be 41.15 with support at 40.84, and then that key level that we got to on Wednesday, which is 40.73. So the 40.73 on the 40.84. If it would go lower, we'd get down. Well, we are pulling off a little bit here, and what you call? Let's mark that down. So 40.73 slash 84 41.15. And let's go on and go into Nasdaq. Look at that, boy. We have really come off a bit here in Nasdaq. Now we bounced, as I said, off of yesterday's opening range low, and look, we're kind of falling right back again. Let's go and take a look at this on the 30-minute. We did get this gravestone doji on the 2-hour. Look at that. So for right now, we even exceeded these. Those are irrelevant at this point. So it looked like it was going to try and scoot to these all-time highs. At this point now, the run's been mercurial, to say the least. Yeah. Wow, what a phenomenal run. So at least for right now, they would likely fight back here. That's going to be resistance, which is going to be 13,809. And support, let's go right there. Doesn't mean we can't blast through it. So let's go with 13,653. And below that, if we were to break, would be 13. I don't know, they'll drop that far back. Let's go there, right there. So 13,596. There. 13,651. Boy, today may turn out to be some kind of a day. And then the upside right here, 13,809. Lastly, we start with gold and crude. Let's get these over with. Here's the gold on the daily. Now, gold achieved a daily close above 1747, opening up a challenge of 1763, which was previously noted. High on, and you'll see here that was our 1747, and we decided if we got above that, it'd make a run to 1763. Well, the high was 1759.40, so it came up just a bit shy. Resistance on Friday will be 1763, followed by 1769. Support will be 1753, but we slid right back below it. But a lot of this has to do because risk has turned around and gone up. And I think it's spooking people that, a little bit coming off, but we're really coming off. I want to say we're going bananas, but we've come off quite a bit. It's, we look like we're just going to close out the week, keeping that move to all-time highs, and then it's coming off that quickly. I think it's spooking the market a bit here. So let's go with at 1753. What we're going to do now is, in light of what's happening, if we were to come off, let's go with go with 17. In case we get spooked, let's go 1739. We said 1753. Upside 1763. We'll keep that. And lastly, crude oil. Well, we get to humdinger day today. Crude oil. Nothing really happened here in crude oil after the up and down affairs we've had. Crude oil closed slightly higher on Thursday as the market searches for a direction. Resistance will be 60.25. That's that point of control. We did have that yesterday. And support will be 59.30. And we're right there. We dip below it right here. We could get a little bit shaky if things get concerned with this whole pullback. I think the reason, see the point of control, I already had that before. We'll go back here to point that out. And we could get a really old rock'em sock'em day. Here's the crude oil. And you can see there's the point of control right here, 60.25. So, look like we might tag that. See, there's the point of control. But now with risk coming off in Asia, and it continued to slide back here, I think it spooks the market a little bit. We could see some good volatility. And henceforth we're coming off the crude oil. Even the euro came back. You see what I'm saying? Euro even got spooked a bit. And so we dipped now right back below it. Look how we broke. We held the opening range. We actually, here's the opening range right there. We get above it. We come back down and we hold the low of the opening range, come with the hammer, we take off, and look, we fall right back into the open range. It could provide a pretty volatile day, you know, and it's not that it's been that big of a sell-off. Here's the cable. But this has the market a bit spooked here. Look at that. Look at that run. Look how we get here. We finish the day right here. See how we take off on the close. We'll take off again in Asia, and we just add on like unbelievable. Look at this. We got to 780, and then we rally up to 840. I took it out by a little bit. I have to move that up because I put this in my overnight high right there. I'd like to mark that off. And then we break below the opening of the electronic session, and we come all the way down and fall all the way down to the yesterday's opening range. You can see that here. And we just hang on. We clean out some stops down here, but they close within the opening range and they take off again. We slide right back in. We'll see if we can pull up. But I think it's got to mark a little bit spooked. And then, of course, in the SPOOs, same thing. Look at the SPOOs, how we finish up the day, just taking off. So that up here. Let's go into mark off the opening, the overnight high. So look how we close the session, just gunning these stops. Look at that. Then we open up the electronic session, take a dip, and we start going up higher. But we don't, 4096 was 161%, so we could have made it run up in here even higher here, and we just didn't. And you can see here, unlike the Nasdaq, and then we just start sliding. We get below the electronic session point of control. We dip back, so we're still holding at 4091, but look at 4084 and 4073, and that's got the market that's spooked here with the risk. So there we go. Good luck to everyone. We'll get the bias chart posted in the room, and thanks for joining us here on the European Crossover.